one and only Jason Hewlett. So Jason, take it away.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Glenn. How's everybody doing? Say hi. Let me see you. Oh, it's wonderful to be here with you. I love to see your faces. And I know if you're in bed, have a good rest while I get to make you laugh, hopefully. Here's the thing. I just wanted to celebrate you today. I actually reached out to your administration and said, can I celebrate these amazing teachers who have done such a humongous job for the families? And so just wanted to tell you, thank you for what you've done. You've been masterful. You've made it work. You've hung in there despite crazy situation. But here's what I want to start with. I think the chat is open, right, Mr. Glenn? Let's get the chat going first. And what I want you to do, if you'll type in there just real quick, if we were to go back to August of 2019, school is brand new. School's just opened. First day of school. What's a word or a couple of words that you're feeling at that time, at the beginning of the school year, not knowing what actually went through for the end of the year? Go for it. Type in something. Yeah, excited, anxious, thorough anticipation, nervous. I like that, Mindy. Yeah, bring it. So there is a lot of different words that obviously everyone was the deer in the headlights. I like that one. I'm good with that one. And if we were to go all the way back there and think, man, I can't wait for this year. It's going to be memorable. I feel stressed. I love these words. Excited keeps popping up. Good. Okay. Now, I want you to now fast forward to the word for today. Like maybe it was May 22nd or May 26th. You decide which one. What was that word after everything you guys have been through? What would be the word that you would have as your word for this year? I want to see what you guys would say now. Relief, exhausted, blah, madness, adventurous, tuckered, memorable, chaos, different, groundbreaking from the earthquake. That, yeah, huh? What? Victorious. I think that's a killer word. Victorious is awesome. Sad is true. Unreal and wow. Yeah. So thank you for participating with me on that, because you know what? I just think we need to just celebrate the fact that you guys made it through. I mean, Mountain Creek Middle, you guys did it. And so congratulations. I am so impressed that you made this happen. And here's the thing. We didn't anticipate this would be the way that the school year would go, did we? And for some of us, it's unbelievable. It was successful. And yes, totally it was successful. And that's why they brought me in today. But Mr. Brooks actually said to me, he goes, you know, Jason, you're such the entertainer. I want you to entertain our people. And I said, by doing what? He said, by doing some music on a Zoom call. I was like, that's almost impossible. How do you do music on a Zoom call? And so we figured it out. I hope you guys are cool with this. We're just going to do some Bee Gees to start it off. You guys hearing that okay? Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know what they were singing, so I rewrote it. Here we go.
Well, you can tell by the way I sing this song, I'm a woman's man, but not for long. Oh, I could try to sing so high, I could make a big dog cry. Yes, I would sing so high tonight, breaking eardrums left and right. You can try to understand without reason, I'm the man. Time to prepare to do this with the hands now. Sing away high, you're singing way high. We're gonna keep it singing until it's a glitter by stay alive, stay alive, ha 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 ha, stay alive, ha 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 ha, stay alive.
All right, that's too early for that. Okay, but oh, thank you. Actually, I have my own built-in applause for myself. Thank you. This is actually from my office. Can you believe it that I'm doing a full show from my office? Now, I know, look at somebody even wrote in the chat, this is hilarious. Why isn't Tim singing? Exactly my question. When Tim asked me to do this, I said, what are you talking about, man? And here's the thing that's funny about him. I actually found something online that I thought they would get a kick out of it. It was this meme I found, we all live in a yellow quarantine. Good luck getting that out of your head. And I thought, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to do that for the Mountain Creek, for those great teachers. And then my wife said, you can't do that. Didn't you see the Instagram feed? And I said, what are you talking about? And she said, Mr. Brooks already did it.
Hey, Ringo, do you got a little song for us to cheer up the children? Well, sure do. In the town where I was born lived a virus, COVID-19. First was red, then switched to orange. Now it's yellow, quarantine. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. We all live in a yellow quarantine, a yellow quarantine, a yellow quarantine. We all live in a yellow quarantine, thanks to COVID-19, thanks to COVID-19. Hey, Ringo, do you...
That man is insane. I love him. He is my soul brother. I mean, did you guys see him did you see his screen? He actually had the yellow submarine. And then he was like, yeah, man, you could come on and do all these parodies and stuff. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I went through his Instagram even further and I was like, wait a minute.
Well, hello, Mountain Creek Middle School. This is Neil Diamond coming to you with a song of inspiration. Hands, washing hands, reaching out. Don't touch me, I won't touch you. Sweet quarantine. Bum, bum, bum. I've been inside for too long.
Too long.
Have a great day. We love you. We care about you. Make it a great day.
Oh my gosh. Let's give it up for Mr. Brooks. This man, he is a wild man. And I'll tell you what, I can't top any of those musical impressions. I mean, I wish I could, at least the parodies. I did come up with one that I think is pretty good. Are you ready to hear it? Let's try it out. Any Bob Dylan fans out there? I hope you guys like Bob Dylan, one of the greats. Yeah, he is the in-house joker, but I'll tell you what, he's a very good in-house joker. And so here's a little Bob Dylan for you on behalf of the quarantine. Yeah, here we go. Hey, Mr. Quarantine Man, stay at home for me. I'm not sickly, brand new place I'm going to. Hey, Mountain Creek, this has been one spring, and I'll tell you what, the only thing that got me through was the Tiger King. All right. Not even nearly as good as Mr. Brooks. Man, that guy is amazing. You know, here's the thing, you guys. I found out a little while back that my daughter actually wanted to go to a different school than she had been going to, where she was the leader of the school, and it was called Early Light. And she loved it there, but she said she wanted to go somewhere else, somewhere different for this school year. And so what did she get to do? Well, she went to your school. And I'm so impressed and proud of her because by the end of the quarantine, we had this in our yard. And I was like, wow, she is the moose of the month. And I don't know how many of these you guys put out, but we're very grateful for the effort that you guys make to help her see that she's made a difference. Her name is Ella Hewlett. Maybe some of you know her, but this is my sweet little family. I'm so grateful for them. And you guys have done so much for our family. We love you. We appreciate you. And we hope that, I hope that today this will bring you some inspiration and some joy. But like I say, you guys had to shift everything you do in the middle of the year, right as you were getting into your groove and everything was feeling cool. I want you to see what happens to me when I usually am coming out on a stage. That's why what I'm doing today is a little bit unique. Are you guys ready to see my normal? Here we go. For me, that's normal. And today it's, what the heck, man? Talk about a humongous change. I mean, seriously, this is my normal audience. I'm performing around the world for thousands, tens of thousands of people at huge events. And they love me and they're standing for me and they're clapping for me. And then, hi, welcome to my house. I mean, it's not fair, but I've had to adjust. I've had to do a few things just to make do. And all of us are making do with what we have. And I'm so impressed with what you guys have done in changing up your situation, because you know what? You guys have done amazing with how you have adjusted. And I hope that you feel proud of yourselves because you've done something that is incredible. And I mean, talk about a change going from those big stages where it's totally comfortable for me to now being like, blinded by the ring light. I'm fed up with Zoom and I need a brighter light. Blinded by the ring light. No, seriously, that's what I have going on, right? You guys want to see my studio here? I'll show you my whole studio. This is me. Hello. Hi, how are you? This is my normal office back there where I used to just work. And now I had to buy everything brand new and bring this to you. The ring light, there's you guys right there, pretty cool. Here's my notes. Here's my camera, and here's another camera that took me 7 years because it was on back order on Amazon to get. Here's my computers and everything. This is a crazy setup, you guys. Microphones. What am I doing? I have this switcher. I have my notes. I have this thing that allows me to have laughs if I want it. And so I'm just showing you guys that my situation has changed from what you just saw on that video. And so it's fascinating how important it is that we continue to just push forward. And what you guys have done is what I speak about all over the world. I talk about this, the promise. Have you ever thought about your promise? You have a promise that you've made to the entire world. And when you think about your promise, it's something extraordinarily important for you to share. I think you guys already know what your promise has been and what it is. Your promise to me, from what I've seen, is that you've still continued to move forward even as it was difficult. And I've had to try to adjust to just be entertaining in this small space. And so as you think about your promise today, maybe as we go through, I can ask you to type it in the chat, maybe what your promise has been for this year. But you've adjusted in a huge way and you've done some incredible things. And so, let's start it off. Type in the chat real quick. What has been your promise during the quarantine? What's been your promise? I mean, it could be the promise to the school, to the students, or maybe a certain student. What has been your promise? I like that. Connect. Thanks, Josh. Ooh, I like focus on self-care. That's very nice. To be a rock for others. Yeah, Becky, I like that. You know, there's all kinds of promises that we've come up with for ourselves. And we've had to be that person for a lot of people. To have more empathy, to have mental health, flexibility, and understanding. I'll do my work. Yeah, I just take a shower every day. I totally am with you. You know, I'll tell you, there's nothing more frustrating than just waking up and being so excited to just be awake. And then all of a sudden realizing, dang, I have to shower today so I can get on another Zoom call. So that's funny. There's so many. I love what you guys have typed. Still get up every day, give 100% to be there, to be available. Stability for students. And Aubrey, thank you, Jason. I love Ella. She sent me the cutest message. Thank you for what I did in my class. Yeah, she is so grateful for her teachers. You guys will get to hear from her in a little bit, if that's okay. And you said, Aubrey, my promise was to let my students know I love them. To be there for both students and parents, to spread love and positivity. Yes, thank you so much. And Jody, Ella is awesome. Her email to me made me smile. You guys are just extraordinary people, and we're grateful for you. You see, your situation used to look maybe something like this, right? That used to be, you're like, this is my power pose. and you are with your people, your students. And then all of a sudden, this is what you were relegated to. Like, oh man, I'm teaching through a little box. How do I make something like this work? And you guys have continued to connect and make it work for each student by utilizing something that makes you extraordinarily amazing for students and youth like this. You see, my kids are the age that you would normally teach and just a little younger. And so I'm so grateful for all that you've given to them. You've made a humongous difference. And I appreciate that you would type in what you feel is your promise. Now, I've asked you, what is your promise in your job? A couple of you actually typed in what your promise is to yourself. I would like you to now maybe type in your promise to yourself, if you would. What has been your promise to yourself in the last month or two? Not moving forward. We'll do that one in a little bit. But what has been your promise in the past? Yeah, Lisa says to breathe. Aha. Totally. Focus on mental health and healing, to be patient and have an open mindset. These are great responses. To never give up. I love that. To not be too hard on yourself. To stay structured and stay sane. Oh man, these are great. Because, even just getting through each day has been a challenge. And to miss out on what we are used to makes things really, really tricky. And so I admire that you guys have continued to keep a promise to yourself, not only to the school, not only to the students, but to yourselves. I see family time, make time for family, don't get fat, to go outside, to be more like Charlene. Oh, yeah. And to become more like Mr. Brooks. I'm with you on that. He is hilarious. Actually, when we had a moment just the other day, which was pretty fun, I'll show you in a sec, where I got to know he and Mr. Glenn a bit better. And we're grateful for Mr. Glenn, Mr. Brooks, Miss Harmon, these people that just lead us in such a wonderful way. And so as you're typing in the things that make you present and more, have a promise from this last few months, I appreciate what you've shared. And what I was thinking would be fun today let me take you on a little field trip. And I hope you enjoy what we put together for you here. And it makes you smile. I hope it does. My promise today was to bring you a different presentation than maybe you've seen on a Zoom call. So let's go for it. Here we go. Well, I thought it would be cool to take a little field trip and come to a place that you're familiar with. You know where I am. This is the parking lot. Look where I am. Yes. I made the long trek all 3 minutes from my house, and I noticed all these cars are social distancing. Yes, they're all keeping the rules. You guys, you mooses, good mooses. Let's go in the school. I'm at Mountain Creek Middle. Woohoo! Okay, so this says all visitors must check in with front office during school hours and return library and classroom books here. There's actually people here. Hi. Who are you? Christine. Yes, good to see you. Misty Sherwood, Christine, and the Moose. Hi. Are you guys doing okay? Yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here, and we miss this school. Golly, we do. And here we are at the Mountain Creek Middle School. Hey, isn't this fun to be back here for a minute? Oh, wow, it's beautiful in here. These are you guys. Yeah. Oh my goodness, what a group. How cool. It's fun to be back here. I hope you can spot yourself. Did I zoom in too quick? How are you? We're always filming.
I don't remember your name. I'm Tammy.
This is Tammy.
Hi, Tammy. We met on the show.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Hey, whoa! You got your braces off. When did that happen?
Like a week ago.
Awesome. When I first got my braces off, it was like this. Like, ooh, they're so slippery.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is Harry Potter world here.
And every cardboard cutout in every window stares at you no matter where you are. Yeah, no matter where you go, he's gonna look at you. It's like,
Hufflepuff, Mrs. Strachan.
So now we put dividers in it. So these are records. And then these are those awesome old reel-to-reels. These are called 78s. I like this for parent-teacher conference. You have it at your deck table. So I'm glad you're here with me tonight. There's the 62 to 66, and there's the 67 to 70. This is when they were more innocent, and this is the more psychedelic part, if you will.
This is what, yeah, I really
You
like
wanna go
this
blue?
one.
So here I am at Mountain Creek Middle with my beautiful girl, Ella. Ella, what grade are you in?
8.
School's now kind of over, right?
Yeah.
You got all your work done.
Mhm.
And how was your year?
It was really good. I really liked it. And I really liked my teachers and all the friends I made and all the like really fun classes I took.
Did you have a favorite class or subject?
Probably health.
Why?
I don't know. It was really fun.
Health?
Yeah.
Like, what did you do?
We had this one day where we all took naps and it was really fun.
That's a favorite. The old nap day.
I have Miss Jensen, Miss White, Miss Wiseman, Miss Mangum, Mr. Robertson, Miss Prince, and Miss Malad. Well, right now. And I really like all of them. And so I hope you guys have a good summer. All the teachers, but I really like my teachers. So yeah.
We're so thankful for the many teachers that have made such an impact on her. And we know that you'll continue to do the same for so many students. And what's so wonderful about a great teacher is a great teacher can change the life of a child. And so thank you to the teachers that have made all the difference to our daughter. We're grateful for you. Did you touch the handle? Are we supposed to do that? We're supposed to open doors like this now with the pandemic, COVID. Well, this is what it feels like to perform in the middle of a pandemic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I absolutely miss the kids. I miss their humor. I miss high-fiving. And if that is a lost art, I'm going to freak out. We've got to bring back the high five somehow in
You're
a
gonna
clean
have to
way.
do the Dumb and Dumber, like
Yeah, miss each other. And I miss walking and activity because I have to do hall duty in between each class. And I would normally walk about 5 miles a day in the building. And now I put on a bunch of weight and I've enjoyed every ounce of it too.
I never realized I don't understand fourth grade math, and we don't even have a fourth grader. You know, like
I realize now so fully how incredibly important teachers are and how much work they do. I think parents would be, if we said, we're going to quadruple their salaries, they'd probably say, sure, let's do it, because of how valuable, how incredibly hard it is to teach. It's the most demanding profession apart from parenting, in my opinion. I hope you know I admire you deeply and I respect you tremendously. In the short time we've got to know each other, we've already been starting to forge some great relationships with each other and a lot of trust. You've been in the trenches over and over and over. We love you. We care about you. I'm honored to work with you.
what would you have to say to them about what they've accomplished and then moving into the summer?
You know, I guess it's kind of that proud papa moment where we look at you guys and we just think, we threw all kinds of different things at you and you guys stepped up to the cause. And I think for the majority of our kids, they didn't miss out on instruction. They didn't miss out on a caring teacher. Yeah, we missed that personal connection that we were able to make face to face, but kids still knew that teachers loved them. Kids still knew that it was important to learn. They knew what they needed to focus on, and our teachers interacted with them as much as they could. And I think, kudos to you guys. We couldn't ask for a better staff. One of the things that's a blessing of starting a brand new school is you get to pick all of your teachers who haven't been there for 20 years building up animosity towards kids. And we are able to choose teachers that love kids and are all about kids and all about learning. And so thank you and way to go. And keep it up, right? Keep it up because we're ready for next year.
Tell them as well, what do you want for their summer?
Please relax and get outdoors as much as you possibly can. Getting that renewal time. I love that movie Bug's Life where the that cricket or whatever one says, I've got a great idea. I'll burn myself. I'll take a week to heal and then we'll do it all over again. And I kind of feel like the same thing. We need to heal. We need some healing time. So summer is going to be for healing.
I would say downtime at least a month with no internet, with no commitments, with no professional development, with no rubrics or grading scales or proficiency scales, and no stress. Just kick your shoes off by the pool and relax for at least a month. And then let's get back to work.
I like this guy. I wish he was in charge of my career. That's great. The earthquake was kind of weird, wasn't it? I mean, come on.
Bury me deeper.
Do you
Come on.
really?
Yeah.
There's cracks in the
Let me show you
wall.
a huge demo at the gym. Yeah.
You want to see a crack from the earthquake?
So right here is the biggest. Right up in this corner, it's like the support structure almost vibrated off the column that's supposed to be holding it up.
All the way.
If you're in, this angle comes
Oh
down
my
right
gosh,
here,
do you
then
see
you can
it?
see a better angle of it.
That's crazy.
Big deal.
Now our jogging track has a ramp.
Wow. So grateful I can talk to your peers today.
These are my favorite teachers.
Well, that's what you said. You picked these teachers. These are the people you wanted to work with. That says a lot. Pretty cool. So, thank you to Mr. Glenn and Mr. Brooks. And hey, we'll see you back on the call. I mean, we're just going to stay here, but not in here. We're going to go back to my office.
Yay!